Yeah, we are live. Can you see the countdown? Yes, it's 14 seconds. Hey. All right, see, I saw the countdown and I saw that we were live. But then as soon as we went live, I seen you freeze. All right, I'm not sure if she's in there or not, but I'm going to go ahead and start the party. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, good evening, everybody. It's me, Karma Oviquio, BKA, better known as KO, the knockout specialist of social media, your social media alchemist. I am also, oh, she's gone again. Okay, so I'm also your ideas alchemist. On last week, here at LA Squared, we talked about ideas, right? Getting your ideas out of your head and onto paper so that those ideas could create content for you, start your business and or your nonprofit, right? So when we got to talking about that, we talked about the things that you need to write down in order to get those ideas out of your head. Okay, what colors do you want for your brands? All of that type of thing. Okay, we'll cover it some more in days to come. But for now, when we ended the last broadcast, we talked about problems. Okay. We talked about problems, and me as a social media alchemist, right? Your social media alchemist, I always talk to my clients about the problems that you solve. Why do I do that? Because problems are your business, right? No business starts a business just to start a business. Businesses start to solve problems. Even something as simple as your local coffee shop solves a problem. All right, KL, what problem is that? It's that people don't want to get up and make their coffee in the morning, or that they want a luxurious drink that either they don't know how to make or want to treat themselves, right? That's the problem that they serve. They actually serve. They actually serve. They solve the problem of coffee in the morning, or fresh tea, or a perk up, or interaction. If it's a local coffee shop that you attend all the time, you get that sense of camaraderie. They solve the problem of loneliness. They solve the problem of experience. You see where I'm going with that? All right. So with that being said, when you get your ideas out on paper, the very next thing that you need to do is you need to figure out what your business is, aka what problem your business solves. I want to give a mad shout out to Lessons 313 for creating the LA Square track that you hear playing in the background. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off because it might be distracting for some of y'all. Because like me, when I hear music, it's like on and popping. I get in the moment and my ideas start flowing. My ideas start flowing and then I start going, right? But just to stay on time, on task, and on a mission here, because that's what I'm all about. That's what LA Squared is all about. Our co-working and building those relationships is all about us being on time, on task, and on a mission. Okay, so let's get back to the problems that we solve. Ramonica and I were talking this morning in regards to her accessories line. She's calling a makeup line, but I see far beyond makeup, right? Here she comes. I see far beyond makeup. And so because I see far beyond makeup, she's calling the makeup line, but I call it an accessories line, right? Because lip gloss, whether you know it or not, is an accessory. Eyelashes is an accessory. They're just something that you put on to beautify yourselves, right? So anyway, we got into talking about that. And then it switched over to a conversation that I had this previous weekend in regards to in regard. You want to chime in, Ramonica? I want to make sure I don't like take over the broadcast.
Girl, go ahead. I was like, listen, this internet is trying so hard not to let me be great today. And I'm like, no, it's no way possible. You gonna stop this here, right here. We here
Right.
for it. So I mean, literally, like the internet just like froze up. So, hey, y'all, Liz, I'm sure you already told them who we are and all that stuff. So just keep going. I'll chime in.
Okay, so we were talking about the platforms and being on Pinterest and being on Snapchat. And I was saying to her, you're not supposed to be on every platform, especially the platforms that you are not comfortable with, because you can attract an audience there. When you feel fake, when you feel phony, it shows, right? And people begin to realize that maybe you're not the person to solve my problems because you don't feel comfortable. It also, when you don't get on, when you're not on the right platforms, you have a problem with showing up and staying consistent. And
That
people will
part.
see your brand as not being consistent. You may not be the person that they want to work with because sometimes when they're looking for you, they can't find you, which means that you can't help them solve that problem that they have immediately. Because let's face it, we live in a microwave society. Everybody wanted yesterday. The millennials wanted 2 weeks ago, that before they even realized they had a problem. All right. Okay, so that is your thing. That is why businesses start. Yes, businesses start to make money, but really, at the end of the day, businesses solve problems. What problems does your business solve?
Yeah, I think that's really hard for people to identify. I know when I first started, so I want to like speak to that and where people probably are right now. When I first started, you have all of these raging ideas, which is a great thing that you have so many ideas and
Yes.
you feel so smart. And then what happens for people is that, hey, I'm not sure what to do next. Well, all of the ideas are just that, they're ideas. Until you can attach the idea to what problem you are solving, the ideas really don't mean, I don't want to say they don't mean anything, but unless you're going to be creating some type of pleasure for people, or you're going to be fixing some type of pain or problem that they have, then for real, they don't need you. Because let's just think about like going to the doctor. No one just goes to the doctor because they want to go to the doctor. The truth
Unless
of
he
the matter
cute.
is,
That's-
people be people be sick as hell and still won't go to the doctor. And so
right.
that same thing, really, I find that it plays out in business. They have a problem with coming up with the solution that they solve for people amongst all of their very creative ideas. And really, if you will just sit with one idea and figure out what problem that one idea is going to fix for somebody. Like,
Mhm.
here's this water, and you're like, I want to brand it out differently with a pretty pink label and make it hot and
Mhm.
fancy and all of that. But someone may say, but there's already a whole bunch of water companies out there. But they don't sell water in a shorter bottle with a different color label, a different color top. If you think about it, all of the water, I just gave somebody an idea. All of the water in the
Hello.
stores, they all have like clear tops for the most part. I think the Sonic has a blue. But just imagine now someone has a water with a pink. It's fully branded out. It's a tall label. It feels more warm and inviting, more ladylike. Hell, I might be like, ooh, that's cute. So the problem, yeah, you're gonna fix my thirst, but more than anything, that's cute. That's a cute brand. Let me get that. Let me get that.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
my pleasure. That's not even my problem. You solved a pleasure item for me because I want to be fancy. When I'm walking around sipping water, like this label right here. Listen, sis, we could peel this off. It ain't doing nothing for me, which is another lesson for business owners. Ugh, I know we're about to go all up, but literally, when you show up, you cannot show up in your business brand any kind of way unless you
No.
Tammy Roman and you wear the hair bonnets. I don't advise anybody that's really not Tammy Roman to show up every day. I get it. Sometimes you in your bed and you go doing a quick snap, or we're gonna do a quick story, because we keeping it 100. But like, not every day, I'm not gonna be in a bonnet unless I have a hair bonnet headline and I want you to see what's popping every day. So there's tons of opportunities for people to I know we're talking about ideas and execution and problems that you solve, but that this is a problem for business owners, that they don't know how to articulate the problem that they solve, or it could even be pleasure. Because I mean, let's be real. We were talking. I know you're talking about the lashes.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't no problem. I mean, it
It
could be
is
a
a
problem.
problem
It is a problem,
for people who
but it
have
could.
thin hair and or have identity crisis and or somewhere in the back of their cerebral was told that they were ugly when they were young and they haven't switched that mindset. It's a problem for them.
And you know
It really
what?
is
It
a
is.
problem.
That is a problem. And then on the pleasure side is somebody who's like, hell, that's me. Like I went from like not wearing them because I didn't know how to put them on. So I was like, oh
Mm-hmm.
damn, I can't figure it out. And then it was like, whoa, 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 wait a minute. I didn't figure
Well,
out how to put them on. And now I love them. Hell, I got 30 pair and I won't carry a lash line. So now it's a pleasure. So you're right. Your particular product can speak to someone's pleasure or it could speak to someone's pain. But the one dang on thing you gotta freaking do is make sure that it speaks to some damn body. It can't not speak to anybody, right?
exactly.
Come on. Hey, glam artist. Hey, Corinthia, what's up? It
Hey,
has to speak to somebody. I'm feeling
right.
like StreamYard on my phone better, I think. Maybe.
Girls, I love StreamYard on my phone. It's
Girl, you know,
quicker.
I be
It seems
all
like it
things on my
processes
laptop,
faster.
but I'm
Yeah, it seems
like,
like
wait
it
a
processes
minute.
faster.
Exactly. Come on. Okay.
Yes. Oh, you ain't been playing in there. You ain't been playing in there. I see. Mm-hmm.
Because I
Mm-hmm.
be on my laptop with it. But now I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm
You
with
with
it.
it? You
Okay,
with it?
I like this.
Hold on, hold on. I gotta drop you some music right quick. Let me go and let you get your dance party on.
Drop us
Go
some
ahead.
music.
We gotta do our LA Square music, right?
Come on. We got our own music. Mm. Okay, I'm gonna wait for it. Turn it up.
I don't want to blow nobody eardrums out. We on the broadcast. I don't want y'all going crazy up in here. All right, let's get back
Hey.
to this. Hey, hey.
Hey. All right.
Yeah, you gotta
Hey,
eat.
looks like we got some. Look, okay. So anyway, does anybody like have any questions? Because I don't know if you've talked about this yet, but we were talking about how people decide to take these walks over to platforms and really they may or may not need to be jumping over onto the various platforms just yet. Did you get into that while my phone was like
I
broke?
kind of touched on it just a little bit. I was telling before we our little tech debacle. I was saying that you can't get on platforms that one you're not comfortable with, and then two
Right,
you don't know the voice of, right?
right.
Um, because you're not gonna show up. You're just not gonna show up. Hey, Corinthia, you're not gonna show up. You're not gonna give it your all. You're not gonna give it your best. And when you don't show up, folks can't find you there and they feel like you ain't there, right?
That's
But
true.
also with that, um, you still need to give them the option that may be a place that you show up. Like yesterday we
Hmm.
had tech difficulties, right? And then you went straight to Snapchat because everybody know that I'm on Snap all the time. And
Hmm.
if you can't touch me anywhere, you can find me on Snap, right? But that's
True.
because that's the platform that I'm always on, right? So
True.
you got to stick to one particular platform. Don't go everywhere
Right.
until you nail a platform.
Right. And probably by the time you get to nailing the platform, you're either gonna be somebody like yourself that plays on all of the social media channels,
Absolutely.
or you're gonna have like a whole dang on team or something. Cause I know even for me, like I love Facebook and Periscope because it's where I started.
Right.
However, I also know that my audience is on Instagram. And so I have to make a very conscious decision about playing full out on Instagram because I understand that if you miss a day, if you skip something, it's like all of other days of work you've done, it literally goes out the window. So every day now I'm like, okay, just start making sure you show up on Instagram. Like on Friday, um, I know that's pop-up training day on Instagram. I need to
Mhm.
nail a time down, but literally the past 2 Fridays, I show up on Instagram live, and then someone comes into the broadcast. It's like they know. They come into the
Right, right.
broadcast and they
Absolutely.
bring their question, and it turns into one like a one-on-one coaching session, and then I repurpose them by flipping them over to IGTV, and so it works. People are seeing it and still commenting after the fact. But like, I can't push into any other platforms right now because technically I will be at capacity without having to get someone to do my content. And to be honest with you, until I get your system down about really being super duper intentional about batching my content, because you do that so well, it ain't no need of me trying to go play in, some other places. I got all the content in my head, but I just hadn't reached that point. This is for someone who's watching that like may feel like you don't have it all together. I got a whole bunch of shit together, but like batching my content
Right.
is not necessarily one of them. However, I hear KO in my head. Like yesterday, I was like, okay, she probably gonna be like, sis, did you batch any content? Did you do any videos? And so yesterday I did, and it really doesn't take a long time. So anyway, I'm just saying, folks, don't try to run into 20 platforms, not clear about what problem you solve. And most of the time, I find that people do that because what they're saying is, like your person, they said, well, all these other people are on Instagram, all these other people are on Pinterest, da 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 da. But see, this is where entrepreneurs and small business owners get trapped up. You can't do what everybody else damn do. You don't know what they have
No.
behind the scenes powering their business. They may have the technology to show up, generate leads, and then someone is going to call on the leads. They may have somebody who's batching their content. They may have someone who's walked
Right.
them through the content, somebody who's helped them with the videos. So stop saying you got to do what everybody else is doing, because you don't know for real, what the hell they're doing. You see the front, you don't see the back.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Mm-hmm. So let me tell you this too. So since we're talking about that, because my life is all things social. You got content on Periscope, and I'm sure you saved it, right? You got Facebook Lives, and I'm sure you saved it. In Facebook, in Creator Studio, you gotta have a business page for this, for people. But in Facebook, there's this thing called Creator Studio where you can go in and you can upload all of that content, right? All of it into either IG, um, onto your timeline or into IGTV. Now, you might not IG might be your place, right? But it's not really your place for um, right now that you're most comfortable with. But if you already have all your content scheduled out, you only have to show up in stories once a week, right? Or maybe 5 minutes a day because you got something posting every day. Another thing, and I'm just gonna say this, and then we're gonna get back to the problems that we solve, right? But this is a problem for people who feel like I can't be everywhere at one time. Another thing about that is if people
We're getting
people
a little
only
bit of
know
feedback. Is it
what you
me
do
or
for
you?
them, huh?
We're getting a little feedback. Is it me or you? Do you hear some popping?
I heard the pop and I thought it was okay. Let me turn my phone down.
It's gone.
Is it
No. Okay.
okay? It's me.
I don't know.
Okay.
All right, we're good. Let's keep going.
All right. All right. All right. Okay. So you may not be you may not people only know what it is that you. Dang, that's bothering me now. Hold on. Let me turn my sound down. Okay. Is that better? Ow. People only know what you train them to do. So if you only want to be on Instagram once a week, you just start telling everybody, I'm only on Instagram live on Mondays between 1 and 2:30.
Right.
Any questions you have, any concerns you might have, you can talk to me live on Instagram Monday from 1 to 2:30. Then they're trained to do that. They know that you're gonna have content that pops up on the page all the time. But if they really want to get to know you, then they're gonna show up on Mondays from 1 to 2:30.
Hey, Dan.
Hey Daniel James, how
Hey,
you
somebody
doing?
said it sounds like somebody is typing.
Ah, I hate that. I'm not typing though, Joanne. Hi. I'm not
I
typing.
know. Uh, crazy. They said they can hear the popping. Let's see. Oh, okay. All right. How about now? Are we
I don't
good?
know.
There it is. Swing out and come back in.
Look, I'm trying to see what it was.
There it is. I
I'm
hear
trying to see what
it.
it is. Because I do hear it.
Is it me?
I don't know.
It's almost like it's a device transmitting some kind of. It's like it's picking up something weird. Okay. Let's see.
I don't know. We okay.
Oh,
Everybody.
Dan, you know I enjoyed it. Yes, y'all got a chance to help out the Mississippi Mass Choir set up their live streaming stuff. Yeah, come on.
I love the Mississippi Mass Choir.
Y'all ain't ready
It's coming from
for
my
it.
end.
Okay. Can you hear it now?
I don't know.
Can you hear? Hear? Yes, no?
Check, check.
I don't know. So why don't we just invite them? Why don't we invite them to we have a Facebook group called LA Squared. And so we literally started this group because we wanted people to have a community space, number one. Um, we are in two separate coasts. Did you already tell them? I might be telling. We're in two separate coasts.
Mm-mm.
She LA California and I'm LA Lower Alabama, but we're both from Mississippi. So LA Squared is our group. So come over there and actually hang out with us. Invite your friends. We're very progressive, very lively, and we just want to connect with other like-minded entrepreneurs. So I drop my broadcast on Wednesday, and if you follow Karma, you're probably going to see hers on Thursday. I think
Saturdays.
that's your Saturdays. Okay, so
Saturdays.
Saturday. So don't miss it. Make sure that you're following both of us, so that we can help you grow your business. I think that's the thing that we're just passionate about is like really helping people grow their business, but also the way that we came together was through some networking stuff. Like I can't stress that enough that I meet a lot of people who are always like team no new friends, and it drives me nuts that people are saying no new friends because truth be told, a lot of my friends that I've known for a long time, they're not necessarily entrepreneurs. They're not necessarily in the entrepreneur space. They don't even half the time understand what the hell I do, even though I tell them all the time I'm a business growth and marketing strategist. So I work with business owners to help them find ways to grow their audience by using the power of social media. Like I freaking love video. Karma is a freaking master pro on all of the platforms. I help you find the money, and she can help you. Like if you want to be like the Snapchat pro and the IG pro and all that, like that's what the heck she does. So we were talking and we just started playing off of each other, and we got real creative about some projects that we have coming up. We both love to live stream, so we're like, let's show up, let's encourage more people to like work together, to come and hang out with us in group spaces, because like right now, I mean, COVID's hit, is crazy, you can't attend live events. So like it's cool that people are hitting you up on Facebook and saying, hey, will you be my friend? But half these damn people you don't know, and you're not going to know them until you get in space with them and start masterminding and talking and just like hanging out, really getting to know, like, and trust someone. So yeah, that's why we're here.
You
Yeah.
almost sent me off on a tangent with that to the new friend thing.
People be saying that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't take it when people say that. I'm just like, why? Who pissed in your water? Like, I mean, I don't understand that whole notion of no new friends. If you're in business, your job is to network, connect with like-minded people that get you. I'm not saying force and be in some groups where you don't feel energy and love and space and things like that, but I mean, you got to start putting yourself out there. And I find that people don't do that naturally. People have to be encouraged around that area. And I'll be honest with you, my daughter, who just went off to school, I was talking to her before we jumped on, Karma, and like my prayer over the past couple of days has been, Lord, let this girl meet some people, because she says, well, I haven't met anybody. And I'm like, well, are you introducing yourself to anybody? And she was like, I mean, no. And I'm like, I mean, so how you gonna meet new people? And this is a lesson for people who are out there. And she calls herself kind of shy until you meet her. And so there's a lot of people I know in the online space that are like, well, I'm an introvert. I understand. But you can still introduce yourself to people. You can come into LA Square or other group spaces, and you're going to find someone who you connect with, and you start talking. Like, no, you don't zip them your bank account information and be like, okay, we besties, come move in, or none of that. But you got to get the conversation started. So fast story, my daughter Ramaya has now, yesterday she was like, okay, I'm out here on the yard, I'm walking around, I've met some people, woo woo
Yes.
woo, I ate lunch with some people, woo woo woo, she joined 2 clubs, woo woo woo. And then I was like, well, your aunt has, someone that they know that works there. Have you been to that person's office? Have you met them? Girl, yesterday she met them. Today she called. She's like, I got me a job on campus. Come on. The power of networking. You got to show up. You have to meet people. Come on. I was like, yes, Lord. Yes. Give her that money. Yes. And I said, let her meet some good people. We don't want no fake
Yes.
jakers. We ain't dealing with them. Some good people. Okay, close us out while I pull up these comments.
All
Mm,
right. So
what I
last week
gotta
we
say.
talked about your ideas and getting your ideas out of your head on the paper. This week we talked about what you need to do in regards to figuring out problem solving, right? Why your business should show up. Next week we're going to talk about pulling that together and branding yourself as whatever specialist you decide that you're going to be. You got to start right here, though. Got to start right here.
Y'all heard that. So next week we're going to be talking about branding. Oh man, we gotta be able to show some pictures. I'm gonna find some pictures from like my very first branded stuff that went out, like my first piece of branded content. It was so janky, but I mean, y'all got to come back next week to see it. Like, I'm so serious. I would talk about somebody right now if I saw that in my, it looks a whole mess. I kept it. I didn't trash it in Canva because it's like, you know what, you need to be able to reflect
Don't
on
trash.
where you were and where you're where you are now, like the journey, because people
And
don't know that.
you
You
know,
know, you
Ramonica,
may
that's so
be
important.
seeing me in my now and be like, oh, she got it together. Oh, boo boo boo. What? Go ahead.
It's
No, it was a
important
time
to keep
where it
all
looked
that
like
old. I was
trash.
gonna say it's important to keep all that old content for that same simple reason. It's you're solving a problem when somebody can see where you were and where you came from. They can position themselves and see themselves in that space later. So it's important to keep that
Yeah.
content.
Yep.
I'm gonna send you some of my old content too. We don't need a reel because I came from the professional space and all my content beforehand was all professional. It was like, okay, today we're going to, and tomorrow we're
Yeah.
going. Now I'm like, ta-da!
Hey, it was what I like to call that voiceless content, like where you don't really know your voice yet. And so on this episode of Your Customer Service Sucks, I'm Ramonica Gamble, and I'm still the queen of customer service. I'm the queen of customer service. And I want to give you a step by step process and make sure that I articulate. Man, we don't talk like that no more.
No, no, no.
We don't do that. It's
I'm
like,
like,
this is
good,
my
goody mob.
real
People don't dance no more. All they do is this, right?
Hey, close us out with some music.
Y'all don't want that. You don't want that real music. You don't want it.
We want that. We want that. Hey, hey. We
I don't know if I should give it to y'all. Y'all might not be able
LA
to sing it. Y'all just
squared in the house. I mean, seriously, where do you get education and dope music at the same time?
I don't know. But they're not gonna get it here, right? Hey, hey. Y'all gonna catch this dance. Y'all gonna catch this beat, right? It's gonna be playing in y'all head. Y'all gonna be like, LA squared, LA squared, LA squared.
Yo, I'm Oh, hold on. I gotta get me some. I gotta lay down the track to that. I gotta get some beats. Hold
Right,
up. I gotta
right.
get some lyrics. I'm a bold chick here with karma, fresh and all right. Goodbye. Yeah. See y'all. We're not gonna do that.